Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land over here in the grass field. As you can see, the grass has been picked up. It is in the side of the bunker. I am currently compacting, well not currently, but I was compacting it. Got a little bit more to go, but I wanted to make sure I don't forget it this time that I come over here and put a second stage of fertilization down on this grass field. So next time I get what we should get. We didn't get that bad amount of grass. Actually, in the silo bunkers, 220,000 liters of grass. So, you know, we missed a stage of fertilization, so I probably would have got like, let's see, it's 25, for every, that's 50, a little more, probably like 280,000 liters I should have gotten. But we're down to 220. That's fine. I think we're going to be selling all that silage in a day or so, or maybe hang on to it a little bit longer than that, until the silage price gets a little bit better. But other than that, you know, that's going on rather well. The new chicken field is all plowed and taken care of. I even got all the trees taken out of there, so that field is ready to be really worked in. But I have not returned the plow yet because we're going to be doing some more things with the plow today. And maybe make another field. I know, make another field. Why not? Because we got that new production building down. I'm kind of looking at doing some more things here on the farm to make more money and also to kind of mix it up. And yeah, I'm thinking possibly making a field for maybe some corn next year so we can make some popcorn. That'd be kind of interesting, I think. Just get ourselves a different crop. Obviously, I don't have a header for corn yet, but, you know, that will, I mean, the harvest is not for another year and a half or whatever it's going to be. So, not too worried about it as of yet. But for today, yeah, we're fertilizing this grass field, as we know. We got to go over and finish in the McCormick, compacting that grass into nice tight chaff, and then we'll cover it up, and then tomorrow it should be full of silage. And then we're going to hop into the fence and plow the other field. I don't know what to call that anymore. That was across from the cabin. We'll probably put some kind of crop into it. What right yet? I'm not too sure. But speaking of what crop to start planting, I asked you guys last week a couple of questions. One on the cotton module harvester. I think 75% of you said you would have, you know, you definitely would buy it, or I should buy it. Obviously, with the money situation we have now, that's not going to happen because my reasoning behind it was, yeah, I could buy one item. Yes, it is a very good buy, but instead of just buying one item with the money we had, I can buy lots of items that we do need, and that'll cure some of the problems we have around the farm. Well, I shouldn't say problems. It was just a matter of buy one thing or buy many things with the money that we had. So the cotton module harvester still sits there in the store for like 55% off or whatever it is. But yeah, like 75% of you said, yeah, you should buy it. And I was like, yeah, it is, you know, I guess it's one of those coin flips decisions. You know, do you just buy that one thing that you could really, you know, use and use it like, you know, we're not going to use it again probably like maybe 3-4 more years. So that's why I kind of said, you know what, maybe it'll come up for sale again in the future. And there's that. As for the other thing I asked you, sugar cane or sugar beet, and it's not even close. I don't think anyone said sugar beet, honestly. I think everyone said sugar cane. I think a lot of you are in the same boat that I am. Either you haven't seen it done in a long time, or you never done it yourself. But everyone pretty much that made a comment, it's like sugar cane, sugar cane. So we're going to do sugar beet. No, just kidding. We're going to be doing sugar cane next year. The one thing I do know about sugar cane is that it's a crop that regrows. It's kind of like grass. But I think there is a limit. I think it can regrow 2 or 3 times. I'm trying to remember because sugar cane came out, was it in 17? Was it farming simulator 17 or was it 19? It's hard to tell now. I don't remember. Time flies lately. But whenever when sugar cane came out, I did plant it, but I never got around to harvesting it in a game that I was doing. It's nothing I had on YouTube at the time. So that had been 17 when sugar cane came out. Either way. Yeah, I did plant sugar cane, and I just saw I don't want to say a hassle, but I don't remember why I never got around to harvesting it. Either I stopped playing the map, but that's beside the point. I never harvested sugar cane. Now, the one thing I don't know about sugar cane, I know it's one of those crops that, you know, regrows. Are we done? Oh, I am done here. It's one of those crops that does regrow. We do have crop destruction on, so I'm not really sure how that's all going to play out. Not too sure at all. So, but anyways, we'll be doing sugar cane next year in all the cotton fields. We'll be now, you know, turned to sugar cane, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so we're done with the McCormick here. I'm going to drive the T6 back to the main farm. Boy, that thing looks really, really big in the T6 now, doesn't it? The McCormick is going to stay here. I really probably should put down a pressure washer. All right, you know what? Because I'm tired of looking at the McCormick that way. You know, I got the McCormick, and we got the maroon paint job on it. And, yeah, it's looking all nasty. Looking all nasty. Someone did ask me how am I getting, like, the different colors of dirt on the tractor. That's called the Real Dirt mod. That is on the Giants mod hub. So like when you're, you know, in grass fields, it's going to, you know, the quote-unquote dirt turns green. If you're actually throwing lime down and you drive over lime, it should turn white, so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and put this here. And we're going to put down a pressure washer. Going to be spending some cash today. Oh, I forgot. I left some trees over here. And I'm probably going to be standing too close. Is that under tools? It is. And we're just going to go ahead and... wait, which way is that? Yeah, okay, it's facing... Good enough. Good enough. I'm still requesting... I don't know if... probably a lot of you weren't here when I... Just before FS22 came out, I put a video out on FS15 to kind of compare what Farming Simulator 15 looked like to 19, and just before 22 came out, so you can see how Farming Simulator has come along with graphics and all that kind of stuff. And I did show off a mod of a car wash, or, in our case, a tractor mod. If someone can come up with, and anyone good at modding wants to make a good tractor car wash system, that'd be kind of neat. I did love it in 15. I had to go looking for that mod when I made that video, but yeah, that'd be kind of neat. There we go. McCormick is nice and clean now, so we're all set there. Yeah, we gotta do some more painting around here as well. That was another question last week when we were doing, when I was making the road from the main farm kind of coming this way, is why are we paying for all that? It's one of those things to where when we started this Let's Play, we got given all the land. So each lot was I think like 83,000, and there's 36 lots, something like that. Is there 36 lots on here? Actually, no. So sorry, there's 60. There's 60. So, and the reason why we started all the land given to us and free of charge is because I just want to be able to build anywhere right from the get-go. So in order to kind of compensate for that, that's why we're paying for all the landscaping, which does not bother me a bit. But I know a couple people are like, just, you know, don't bother with, you know, do the landscaping, but, you know, put the money back in. It's like, no, we're going to pay for the landscaping because that's part of the deal, and that's the way it's going. It's not that big of a deal, but I know a couple people were just asking why, and that's my reasoning behind it, and I'm going to stick to it. All right, so we're going to drive the T6 on back, and then we're going to jump into the Fendt, because we still got that plow, subsoiler that I leased. I'm probably going to keep that overnight, because, like I said, I want to go make another field to possibly plant corn next year, to possibly make popcorn. I might end up putting a different crop in there. We'll see. I was thought about putting down some soy so we can make some soy drink. But, yeah, I'm not too sure yet where I want to go with that. Soy drink will be made in that production building we put down last week. And we need water and soy for that. As for what the prices actually get to, we don't know, because I just barely installed the mod. And if you look at the seasonal pricing, it just shows what the prices were the year before, and so it's hard to say. It's only been on the game or my series for 2 months worth. So while we're driving by, yep, you can see the field here, the new chicken field. That should be more than enough feed for the chickens every year. And in the extra, we can always bring on down to milling it over and make some flour. All the trees are out, but we got tons of stones, and that's what we'll be doing after we plow this field right here. We're going to call it a month of July and move on over to August, and well, we're going to be buying the stone picker, the modded stone picker by Stevie. And the reason why we want that one is because the capacity of it is a lot larger, so I can set my worker off on it, and they'll be going to town while we're doing some other things, and I have to keep unloading it, so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and make sure I lower that down first. I said lower it down. There we go. But we'll see what comes up for sale in the store in the next 24 hours. No sense of washing the T6, refueling it, preparing it to be used tomorrow. Let's go jump in the Fendt and get this field plowed over here. As for greenhouses, I probably will put down more greenhouses in the future. Now that we got that production building where we can make, you know, salads and tomato sauce and other things. But we'll probably put down more greenhouses, but I won't be putting down the in-game greenhouses. I'm not too sure which greenhouse I'm going to go with yet. I have like 3 options I'm thinking about going with, but I'm not too sure yet which one I want to go ahead and do. All right. I think this is not on allow create field anymore. So if I put this down, yeah, we're all set. We are all set. There we go. Doing real good here. So it shouldn't take me too long to get this field plowed. That way, when we buy the stone picker tomorrow, fingers crossed it comes up for sale. I mean, it has happened a couple times where we wanted something and it's come up for sale. So there's a slight chance. I mean, what do we get? Like 4 or 5 new items every day in the sales shop. But there's how many things in the store page that could come up for sale? Like hundreds. So your chance of the exact thing that you want coming up for sale is like, what, 1%? 2%? But if I say it that way, it sounds like we've been awfully lucky because I've had 2 things come up. I think it was the drill, our seed drill came up for sale. And of course, it was just recently, and I bought it. What the heck was it? Oh, the auto-loading baling trailer. Yeah, it came up for sale the exact day I wanted to buy it. I'm like, okay, don't ask questions, just go along with it and be happy with it. Yeah, so I'm glad I kept this field here. This might be part of the sugarcane harvest next season. I don't know. Or, you know what? Maybe I'll plant soybean in this field. And the other new field I'll create in another episode, we'll put corn in that one, and that way we can make popcorn and soy drink. But the rest of the cotton fields that we have, next year those would be sugarcane. Now, I'm going to have to do my research on sugarcane a little bit because, like I said, I've never fully done it. I got to look at what harvesters we have. I know you got to get all specialized equipment for sugarcane. But we don't even have a sugar factory yet. But that should be fine because we're going to have plenty of stuff to sell in the next year. The cotton, of course, we'll be making some clothing. Of course, we'll have the furniture. I can sell that little by little. And, of course, little by little we'll be selling some eggs and, well, tomato sauce because we're making tomatoes still. But we're not going to sell tomatoes straight up. We're going to bring them over to our shop. And we're going to go ahead and make some tomato sauce. Is it tomato sauce or tomato soup? What is it that we make here? Tomato sauce. Tomato sauce. I didn't come up with a name for that building, did I? Nope, so I gotta think of something. So I did put the link in the description below for that farm production building that can create all this other stuff. But, I mean, I've been seeing a lot of production buildings coming on out. A lot of pretty neat ideas. Interesting ones for sure. I mean, the soy drink I wouldn't have thought of, but I do know it's a thing, but just didn't cross my brain. Of course, my brain doesn't function like a normal brain anyway, so as we all have seen. So I am kind of interested to see what comes up for sale tomorrow, but whatever comes up for sale, I know one thing, we are buying the stone picker because I'm tired of leasing it, and we need it because we got to prepare some fields for planting in the month of September, and of course tomorrow will be August, so we got to get these stones picked up. That field right ahead of us needs lime put down, and also some fertilizer. Not the whole field. It's kind of weird the way the field is because it was half of it was a field. Well, I shouldn't say half it. Well, more like a third of it was a field. So that's not going to have any fertilizing stage on it. But the part that wasn't a field that we made into a field got a stage of fertilization from plowing the grass into it. So, yeah, the colors are going to look kind of weird over there. But it should make working on the farm just a little bit easier. Having one field instead of 3. That way I can set off a worker. And they can just go ahead and work, and I don't have to keep moving them around. Not that it was too difficult, but, you know, if you can make your life on the farm just a little bit easier by making one field instead of 3, and you got the space to do it, why not go ahead and do it? Now, this spot here, I do believe I'm going to make into a horse stable in the future. And just to touch on that again, we're not going to have horses to raise and sell. It's just going to be mostly for looks and to kind of take care of them. And if people haven't done horses yet in Farming Simulator, you can kind of see how it kind of works. And then also in the future, I'll probably actually have a hog pen before we have a horse stable. But that might be a little while as well, because I do want to go ahead and make... I forgot what it is in that production building that also makes it into pig food. It might be French fries. Or is it premium potatoes that I can get pig food out of it? But I don't think that's going to make enough to feed our pigs. That's for darn sure. And it's been a while since I've had pigs on a farm. I think the last time I really got into the pig market, if you will, was in Hawke's Bay in 19. I think we had 1,200 pigs, something like that. It was a chore keeping up with those pigs, feeding them as much as we were. I can see it being more of a chore here in 22. But getting back to what we need to buy tomorrow, the stone picker for one, and I do believe the tanker. I've been looking for a really good tanker for on mods. I saw a couple of them, but those were on third-party mod sites. I couldn't tell if they were from the original mod author or not. I don't think they were, so that's why I'm not using them. But I did like the ones I had in 19. For those of you who've been around long enough for that, you saw the tankers I pretty much used there. Those were kind of nice. It isn't about the capacity. Sometimes it's the looks. Sometimes it's all about the looks. But I want to get that because I want to be able to... Now I got to, give the cows water, the sheep water, and the greenhouse water every so often. That little tanker that we got is not quite big enough for what we're doing. Well, we're going to keep that little tanker around anyways, but I really need to start transporting some milk down. I thought about waiting until the cow barn got full of milk before I brought on down to the Dairy Godmother, which is our milking factory. But I think we'll just go ahead and bring it on down and start making some cheese. So we can start selling that and bringing some money in. A couple more months though, we should have 10 more cows in our little cow barn. Because they are just about ready to pop. The little heifers that we got over there. They're ready to give birth. So a couple more months we'll have double the population of cows. But it'll be a while for the little ones actually start producing milk, as you would think. Now, let me go ahead and finish this field, and then I'm going to call it a day. We'll double check on the store, double check on the animals, make sure we're all set before I skip through the month. And we'll fast forward to August, and then spend some more of my cash that we got here, because we got way too much cash. And another field is all set to be stone picked, so let's go ahead and lift the sun up. Now, the overnight fee for this is not that expensive, because, like I said, as we know, we're leasing this. It's like $650 for an extra day, so that's not too bad. The hourly rate, I think I went over the hourly rate once, and that's like $1,500, something like that. We're going to go ahead and keep this, and we're going to park it right on here. All right, let me just fast forward in the afternoon a little bit, and while that's going on, we'll just double check on the store here. Well, an auger grain cart, which is not too bad. Half off. Vehicle leasing fee, why is that? So it's $1,400. Let's go over the hourly wage. That must have happened a while ago. Alright, so 4 o'clock in the afternoon as some tomatoes spawn there. Let me just double check. I always like how when you come in and hit the escape mode, it always brings you to a different page than what you were on. Animals. So the cows are getting low on water, but we should be able to take care of that first thing tomorrow. Straw. Milk is getting up there. So, yeah, I'm going to say it holds about 40,000 liters. So I'm going to say 20,000 is going to be like right about here. That looks like about halfway. The TMR, I'm not worried about them getting running on TMR. I want them to use more of this hay up so I can put more TMR in the feed trough, because the feed trough maxes out with the amount of animals you got in there. Chickens are good, and the sheep are good as well. All right, so they're all good. Double check on the store. Yeah, there's the Cotton Module Express still sitting there. I know, 53% off. But we don't have the money, and I need to spend the money elsewhere currently. Yes, we're all set. Let's go ahead and sleep the night away. We'll sleep until 8 o'clock in the morning. I think sunrise in August is probably like 6 a.m., 6 to 7, somewhere around there. But 8 o'clock is good enough. Alright, so there's all of our overnight feeds, as you can see. Currently, the cotton grew, so that's looking good, but that doesn't get harvested until October, I think. First things first, let's check the store. And, ooh, that's a manure spreader. We're getting close to needing something like that, but nothing that we're looking for has come up for sale. So while we're here, first things first, we're going to get the stone picker, and we're going to get the one by Stevie, like I said. Trelleborg, BKT. Not much of a difference there. We can't change the wheel. We can change the color. I mean, I'd like to go with colors we don't have much of on the farm, but it's usually the odd ones here. We got a lot of red. We got a little bit of yellow. We got a little bit of green. We got a little bit of blue, don't we? We got pretty much almost one of everything. I guess I could go black, but then it's all black. That will blend in too much. No, not today. Yeah, let's go with that. An extra $800, but I guess that's fine. Total price of $53,300. Let's go ahead and buy that. And also, while we're here, we need to back up a little bit more. It is under animals, animal care. Is it under animals or animal care? Do I have any modded ones? I do not. That's fine. So that's going to be $68,000. Well, that's a little bit more expensive than I thought they were. But it helps me transport milk, water, and herbicide and liquid fertilizer. But it's going to be mostly water and milk. $68,000. 32,000 liter. All right, I want to hang on to that I want to hang on to that cash for a little bit longer. Just to be sure. We'll do a little bit more searching on there. I'm not saying we won't buy one in this in-game day, but maybe just not this episode. Alright, we're going to grab the T6 because the T6 will be the one in charge of getting some stones. So I'm going to go down and get the stone picker. And I'll bring it on back, and I think we'll do the small field, and then I'll set a worker off on the big field. And then when he's off on the big field, we'll be grabbing the fence going up somewhere over that little hill and on the other side. And we're going to try to figure out how to put a field down somewhere. Actually, now that this stone picker is out in the sunlight and the color I chose, I'm liking it. Like the color. The one thing I got to remember to do, and I thought about going down, I just checked the pricing just to make sure I was correct in my thought, and that is it's time to turn Bread Pit back on. Yeah, I said it. We're going to turn Bread Pit on. It is August, and we sell our bread or perishable items every 2 months. That's the wrong one. We got Bread Pits right up here. So we do have 52,000 liters of flour, so I should get 26,000 liters of bread this year, hopefully. Now let's go ahead and make that active. And that should be on storing, which it is. So milk, eggs, butter, and strawberries. Stuff we can all make. We're just left with the sugar, which we'll be doing next year. Nope. Stay folded down. And then we'll turn you on like that. And there we go, picking up some stones to make some more lime, because that field across from us is going to need some lime. And of course, we make another field that's going to need some lime. So another piece of the puzzle has been solved here in the farm, getting the stone picker, something I don't have to lease now. Used to cost us about $4,000 every year to lease this. Now I don't have to worry about it. Always holding out, waiting for it to come up for sale, but, you know, that's right. Got to remember, don't need to, you just go around to where the stones are and pick them up. And when it first came out, when 22 came out on Elm Creek, I used a stone picker and I was doing the test like, are stones everywhere in the field even though they don't show up? And I was picking up stones even where there were no stones. So, but now it's, you only got to pick up stones where they are. I would like to see it adjust a little bit to where you're not always getting so many stones. I mean, if you picture every year getting this many stones out of your field, that's a lot of stones. Actually, I think I'm just going to go around and do the entire field instead of zigzagging left, right, and center, trying to, only go where the stones are. It's not going to take me too long. And the good thing about this is this stone picker holds 20,000 liters of stones instead of the base game 2. So that will allow us to go quite a long ways before we have to empty it on out. And of course the work speed is a little bit higher. I think the base game work speed is what, 9 or 11? I can't remember. But the work speed here is 14 on this one. Work speed doesn't bother me as much as the capacity did. Although 2,000 liters of stone, that's a lot of stone, weight-wise. So I can understand why 2,000 liters would be the limit. So on the water tanker, I noticed I was going to buy one this morning. Just going to hold off, do it just a little bit longer. I want to do a little bit more research. See if I can find a tanker to my liking. The price doesn't bother me. It's just the looks of the tanker itself. Other than that, that's all I'm looking for. That is all I am looking for. I'm going to go ahead and finish picking up the stones in this field. And then we'll set off Frank or Mrs. Frank, whoever decides to get in the tractor. They'll do the new field behind us, and we'll grab the fence and go on down behind the supermarket and start kind of calculating the cornfield. I think that's going to be the cornfield for next year, so we can make some popcorn. Feels good picking up stones. I think it's just because you see the mess of stones on the field, and then when you get done, it looks nice and clean like it does right now. Well, as clean as dirt can get, I suppose. Yeah, I did skip a couple pieces here and there just because there was no rocks in the area. But about 1,300 liters of stones we did pick up. So that's not even 10% capacity on here. So we are good to go in this field here, planting, like I said, probably plant soybeans. Let's go ahead and lift that on, well, it's not lifted up, but we'll turn it off. Felt pretty good putting this road down the other day. That's got to continue at some point, making the road all the way over to the cow barn. Heard that, and then we got to loop it all the way around to milling it over, and of course tighten it, our fabric factory. I don't know why I got out of the tractor for. I need to go in here and up here for hire worker, create job. We are over. There we go. We're over here. There we go. Let's see here. Field position. Click on the field. It sees it, which is good. And we'll just go there. Nope. And I want you to go that way. And number of headlands. 5 should be good. I just want to give it some room. That way it has room to turn around in the field. Generate field course. How long is it going to take to generate the field course? It's a pretty big field. It's already done. And then start the job. And hopefully our worker is going to start the job. You're going to start at the first waypoint, I hope. No, I think you're going to do the nearest waypoint. Do I have you set on first waypoint? No, it's on nearest waypoint. So I'm not sure where it's going to go. Have to see what it's Mrs. Frank working here today. Oh, she's going to start at the starting position. She did. Okay. Good for her. You're doing better than Frank already. Have fun doing that. You should be able to complete the whole field. If I get 20,000 liters of stone off that field, that's quite a lot. Now let's just go ahead and teleport to here. All right, now we're going to zoom on down and just pick a spot and start creating a field like I did the other day with that field over there. Well, I wasn't looking for a place in particular, but as you see down there, that's our sawmill and our furniture store. And in the distance, that is our farm. And behind us is kind of the supermarket. If you're wondering where we are on the map, I'll scroll on down here. We're actually in lot number 42, kind of in the corner. I think we're just going to go ahead and place one down in here somewhere. Not many trees around here, which is good. So let me go ahead and just unfold this. And I'm actually going to try to do this field so I don't have any trees in the way. There is a rock formation. Where is the rock? Oh, I already went past the rock formation. That's down there. So, yeah, like I said, no particular place. Let's go ahead and allow it to create fields. And then I put the plow down and we should be creating some havoc in the land. So my future plans for up here, I know we're going to be putting corn in it next season, but my future plan is I'm going to have like maybe 3 or 4 fields up here, and it's mostly going to be canola and sunflowers, so I can put bees around here. The bees will definitely get us a better yield. We'll get some honey, and with the sunflowers and canola, we'll be making some oil. Now, I know I can make oil in the farm production building we put down, but I want to put down the actual oil production facility. That is my plan anyways. It's kind of weird, before I started making today's episode, I was looking on the map of trying to plan where I wanted to put this field. I remember when I think it was like episode, in one of the first 5 episodes, I talked about just putting the fields up only in the upper left-hand corner. And then as I started making the farm as it is, it's like, that's not going to work. And we're starting to, I don't want to say chew up the land. There's a lot of land here left, but we're spreading ourselves out. And eventually I want to have roads, not a lot of roads everywhere, but, I want to make it look like, how do I say this without offending anyone that loves this map? Because I do love this map, but, there's no roads here. I want to make it, where there's roads everywhere like you see on a normal map, I guess. I don't know how to say it. But you know what I'm trying to say, and put housing down and buildings down. That's the joy I love about this map, No Man's Land. It gives us the ability to do our town or village, however you want to call it, the way we see fit, or as we would like. It allows us to be more creative, and that's what I like about it. So another topic I want to get onto now, and if you saw the American Truck Simulator video yesterday, you already kind of know about this. But if you're watching this when this video goes live on Monday, tomorrow I should be receiving my new internet package. So what does that mean to you guys for the future? Well, I'm hoping, I'm not sure if it'll be this week or not, but I'm hoping, first off, I got to install the internet. It's a satellite-based internet, so I got to, get up on the roof to install it, but it's going to take a little time to do that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if my account's going to be active with Starlink right away. It says my account will be active within 5 days of receiving my package, so I don't know if I get installed the first day I got internet, or is that when the billing process starts. Either way, as soon as I get the internet up and going, what I'm hoping to do, and it could be by the end of this week, what I'm going to start doing is all my videos, I currently, for the past 2 years or so, something like that, have always been uploaded in 1440p at 30 frames per second. If the internet is doing what it should be doing when I get it installed, it's still going to be at 1440p, but I'm probably going to go to 60 frames per second. So it should be a better quality video, at least I hope it will be. And I know a lot of you will be asking this question, well, when are you going to start streaming? I don't know when that will be exactly. Probably not for a couple weeks. I got to get a lot of things set up to do that. And I'm not sure how the streaming is going to go, being a satellite internet. I've heard some people on reviews of streaming, uploading streaming. Downloading streaming, not a problem with this internet. That's not a problem. The problem is the upload streaming to where, because your satellite's always moving. On Starlink, I don't want to get too technical on the Starlink, but Starlink is not like a traditional old-style satellite internet system where it's pointing at a fixed satellite in the sky. Your satellite's going to be going from satellite to satellite. So when it moves from one satellite to satellite, you may have a second or two where there's like a delay. So I don't know how it's going to affect live streaming or not, but I am going to give it a go. Don't ask me what I'm streaming for. I have no idea. I got a lot of things before I get there. But yeah, tomorrow I get my internet. And hopefully within the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll go ahead and I'll be doing a live stream. I will have like an announcement of when the first live stream will happen. Don't know a particular, like I said, I don't know any particulars. This, that. Hopefully within 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have our first live stream. Probably it might be Farming Simulator because most of you are here for Farming Simulator. I thought about doing SnowRunner first, but SnowRunner's not really getting the views like Farming Simulator does. So I will say though, if I do a stream on Farming Simulator, it won't be on No Man's Land or Wither Farms. I'll just pick a different map. Is this going to be like a 1-hour test stream? If it goes 1 hour, who knows? And I may get people saying, nope, it's not working out that well. So, but yeah, hopefully within 2 or 3 weeks, yeah, we'll be having a live stream. And probably a circus show for sure, because I've never done a live stream before. So I'm pretty sure I'll be hitting a lot of wrong buttons, doing a whole bunch of weird stuff. More weird than I usually do. So, but at least before the live stream happens, hopefully you can see better quality videos, meaning 60 frames per second. And maybe also in the future, I may tinker with maybe having some 4K videos. I think my PC doesn't have a problem recording in 4K because every video I record, I already record in 4K anyways at 60 frames per second. But when I render the video, I render it in 1440p at 30 frames per second. So, yeah, hopefully in a couple days here, you know, 60 frames per second. And in the near future, 2 or 3 weeks out, maybe a live stream if all goes well. But I'll keep it up to date in the live stream. And you'll probably, well, I'll probably announce it when I do a video in 60 frames per second. Some people may notice it, others may not. Who knows? So with that being said, yeah, this is going to be our cornfield for next year. So we can go ahead and harvest the corn and make some popcorn. And the other field that we just plowed, that is going to be soybeans. And we'll harvest the soybeans and bring that to the farm barn or whatever it's called, and we'll go ahead and make some soy drink. That's going to require some water. The one thing I do have to keep in mind though, in a couple months, whenever is October, I think the month of October is when we'll be harvesting the cotton. I need about 50 to 60 grand in the bank account for leasing the cotton module harvester, because the initial fees and the hourly rate, so on and so forth. There's that. I may actually lease, to help me out just a little bit, I may lease Stevie's cotton module harvester. It's not the capacity I'm going for, it's the speed. So the base game cotton module harvester goes at 6 miles an hour, and I think Stevie's may go at 10. So that'll cut on the hourly rate that I need for leasing the cotton module harvester. Pricing is all the same, so there is that. I am interested in buying a plow this size because I do plan on making more fields, and of course every year we are plowing our fields to get the stones to make lime, so on and so forth. So getting a plow this size is not too bad. We do have the other plow back at the farm, the 4-meter wide one. I mean, I guess if I needed to, I could have the McCormick doing some work in that plow, but we're all set. But if I get this plow here, only the Fendt will be able to pull it. At least with the tractors that we do got. And something else I'm thinking about considering doing as well, because I would, you know, I want to use different stuff. I may trade in once we get more of our money balanced a little bit. I may trade in our tractors and trade them in for different brands, different types, just so we can see a whole bunch of things. So the T6 though, I'm not sure. I may want to hang on to this T6 for the whole series, just because it was our first tractor. It'll be kind of interesting to see when I get done with the series, because it's going to be a long series. How many hours we actually put on the T6. I mean, it's not just me, it's our workers as well putting the hours on. Like I said, I see the series possibly going 300 episodes. How many of you will hang around for that long? I don't know. Usually when series drags on, people get kind of bored of it a little bit, but this series seems to be doing rather well, watching me slowly build up No Man's Land. But the pace, the money is coming in faster and faster, which is good, but we get kind of slowing down because now we got more fields and more work to do, so we're not zipping through the years as fast either. And I'm hoping next year I can go ahead and get ourselves new drills. So we got a seed drill, and then I'm going to need a planter as well. I realize, and I already got some actually installed, some modded ones, to where I can buy a planter or a drill that does all the crops. But I'm going to try to use a planter for what planter is used for, and a drill what a drill is used for. So we'll have a couple of, well, we'll have one planter, one drill, but gotta remember the drill that we did get that one on sale, and I believe that one's only 6 meter wide, and I'm thinking it's time to maybe buff it up. We'll have to see how the money situation goes as we just start paying our workers now $204 in the last hour. But that's all fine. They're getting work done, we're getting work done, and everything is going rather well. It actually feels kind of good to be up here on this hill. Kind of every time I create a new spot and we're working somewhere different, feels kind of good. Feels kind of good. So next year is going to be rather busy with the sugarcane, the corn, soybean, and the wheat. We got a lot of harvesting to do along with our production buildings, taking care of the cows. By then we should have 20 cows. And possibly, no, it'll be a while before we get up to 30. 30, yeah, it'll be a while. It'll be like another year before we get up to 30. The sheep, we are full of sheep. I'm full of sheep. Yep. So yeah, our sheep pen is full. The chicken coop is full. We are all good. And I'm going to be all good here in about another half hour or 45 minutes when I get this field done. I'm trying to think if I'm going to keep the plow. I might keep the plow for the rest of the day because I've already paid for the overnight fee, so what does it matter? I'll just park it on up, and if I'm not using it, that's fine. I can return it at the end of the day. If I decide to make another field, who knows? Maybe I'll make another field and we'll have one corn, one soybean. That way we get a lot of soybean and we can make a lot of soy drink. But anyways, that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.